Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. We start with good news. South Africa has narrowly avoided a technical recession. Stats SA says the fourth quarter GDP grew by 0.1%, bouncing back from the previous quarter's contraction of 0.2%. The transport, storage, and communication sectors was the largest positive contributor to economic growth. Seeing their faces for the first time, linked to the murder of rapper Kenan, aka Forbes, and his friend Tebelo Tibbs Motswane. Two men appeared briefly in a Manzini Eswatini court this morning. The state prosecutor made an application to have the 4 cell phones found on them when they were arrested sent to South Africa as evidence in the matter. The extradition case has been postponed until next week, Tuesday. The bail hearing for the 5 other accused starts tomorrow in Durban. In other news, the US has slapped fresh sanctions on Zimbabwe's president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, his wife, and 10 senior government officials for alleged human rights abuses and corruption, but has scrapped a broad sanction order against Zimbabwe, which was first introduced in 2003. US Ambassador to South Africa, Ruben Brigitte, says the imposed sanctions are not meant to punish the country's citizens.
The United States and all of our partners all across SADC remain concerned about the trajectory of Zimbabwe. We all want people of Zimbabwe to live in a free, prosperous, democratic nation that addresses the concerns of its people. And quite frankly, the fact that so many Zimbabweans have voted with their feet to leave Zimbabwe to come to places like South Africa demonstrates that they also have profound concerns about the direction of their own country.
The South African Human Rights Commission has called for immediate reforms of the country's school uniform and appearance policies. The Commission has also recommended the abolishment of prescribed underwear for girls, as well as removing any hair policies that differentiate between male and female learners. The Commission told Parliament that it noted an increase in reports of overregulation of the school uniform and appearances of learners.
We are calling upon the National Department to immediately abolish any hair policies differentiating between male and female learners, eliminating these discriminatory practices related to afros, braids, or natural hairstyles chosen by specific learners.
No surprises here. Former public protector Busisiwe Mqwebane is taking to court her battle for at least 10 million rand in gratuity to be paid to her. Now an EFF MP, Mqwebane has confirmed in a social media post that she's lodged the application against her former employer, which has not responded to her letter of demand to make the payment. She was impeached by Parliament in September. The World Anti-Doping Agency has rescinded the accreditation of South Africa's doping control laboratory in Bloemfontein.
The facility will be suspended from carrying out any anti-doping activities for the next 6 months after failing to meet the international standards. The WADA took the decision to suspend the operations at the South African Doping Control Lab following a recommendation from the Laboratory Expert Advisory Group. The group found that the University of the Free State-based lab didn't meet the compulsory international standard in multiple respects, including non-conformities with technical documents. The lab will be given an opportunity to address its shortcomings during the period of suspension, as well as any others that may be identified during the upcoming site visits. The SA Institute for Drug-Free Sport referred Eyewitness News to the head of the lab, Hanno du Preez, who could not be reached for comment, and it remains to be seen what the suspension could mean for athletes who have returned positive tests from the lab. Mawande Mateza, Eyewitness News Sport.
Goodbye, and don't forget to fill up your tanks before midnight, before petrol and diesel go up substantially. See you for more again tomorrow. Don't forget to download the EWN News app.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.